Nobody wants to deal with the Moabites. What did Moab do? Moab bites. Moab bites. They do. Ammonites, right? They do. But I always have the picture in my mind of, because of the inconsistency of lots. Is that where they get the game lots from? Of lots? Casting lots? We know that Job took place at the same time that Abraham did. But Jonah, I'm not sure. Jonah was a minor prophet, and though this sounds a little like Job, it's not the same book. And so I believe that Jonah may have taken place, right? Because Tarshish and Joppa were funded cities, but Jonah probably took place after Genesis, after Abraham's story, right? My question is, was it, because you always hear the statement is accounted to him as righteousness, or accounted to him for righteousness. But Bible says Job was a righteous man. I always said if Abraham was really God's friend, why did Job get his name, or they were created at the same time, right? The story happened at the same time. Why did Job get his name on the book, but Abraham did not? Abraham was just a part of Genesis. Could it be that Abraham was, from that thing that he did, when you get away from your family and from your father's countrymen, right? Your father's household, right? Get away from them. Or could it be that one thing, taking, when God said leave behind, taking it with you, could that one thing have caused him not to be righteous, but to have an account for it, so he could put money in it? I need to put money in my account because I am deficient in it. I am bankrupt in it. I don't have no righteousness for it. And Job, though, was a righteous man, he did not do it. When God told him to do something, he did it. He questioned God, but he did not disobey him outrightly. And then Abraham forgot to meet God at the tree. So again, we got these lots, and we got another tree. They were sitting up underneath the tree, leaning on the tree and eating. Jesus said, I will be back this time next year, and Sarah will have a child. Somehow, Abraham forgot his meeting. He didn't put God in for that time slot. So what he heard was, when Jesus said, I will be back from this time next year, I will be back this time next year, Abraham didn't hear that. What Abraham heard was, Sarah gonna have a child. What makes me righteous? Complete and total obedience. Whether I'm spew or tree or wither leaf, I must be obedient. I must follow the call that I'm given and do it properly. My only inference is all of the trouble that Abraham went through as a result of what happened to him stemmed from, I would say there was a stemming and a birthing in Lot. Why? Because it would have been no Sarah and Hagar situation if it wasn't for Lot. That God wanted to bring a promised child, and that's what God promised. He said the sands of the shore, right, or the clouds in the sky, or whatever he said about that. You know, like the fruitfulness, right? He's gonna make Abraham just as fruitful. But then Abraham ended up waiting 25 years. God can say, I'm going to bless your house, but if you bring an idol into it, that will tear down that blessing and cause you to wait. It won't get rid of the blessing. Your kids may receive the blessing, but it will cause you to have to wait millenniums for it. Some of us are walking around in blessing. We have blessings surrounded us. God counts us righteous, but we can't take hold of it. So people that will live in your house later on, you don't have kids, people, random people that will live in the room that you're in later on will take hold of it because you did not listen. Isn't it fun? I said, no, that makes sense for being the reason why Abraham might have needed an account. Because Job was righteous, Abraham needed an account. Okay? That might have made sense. Could that be why we draw lots? They draw lots. It's sort of like a gambling type thing. They even drew lots at the cross of Christ over his clothes. They drew lots to see who got what. How disgusting is that? They made his clothes of no worth. They made him of no worth by taking what he would use to cover himself and then make himself, because they crucified him naked. I heard about that, and I wanted to do some things to some people. Just the first couple people I saw when I heard it. Duck. That's it. That's the only thing I can tell you is duck. If I hear something like that again, duck. That's my order of operations. That's what I tell you to do. Look, I still remember the pastor that told me about 3 or 4 years ago. I said, is it true? He said, what? I said, was he really crucified naked? He said, that's the story, yep. I want to hurt some people. Because I felt like I want to take back what he lost. You took from him, now I'm going to take from some random people. I'm just taking from some people. How the hell? Lots will get you in a whole lot of trouble. Randomly going out and doing things to take revenge or vindicate yourself or vindicate someone else never makes sense. Because by the time you do it, no one ever realizes why you are doing it. And no one ever puts 2 and 2 together like you do in your head. Why? Because the enemy is speaking to you, making you spew. I said, okay, that's a picture of Lot. Going back to Jonah. Just a picture of something just inside Jamie's head. Bloop, 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 like a bubble, right? Inside Jamie's head. Going back to Jonah. It's fickle. Lots of fickle. And nobody was seeking God like they should have been. Then we talked about commonality and the nauticality of being on a boat together. They were on the boat together, but they still did not speak the same language. So they were worshiping God. They were worshipers of their gods, but only one person was worshiping the real, true God. And the funny thing is, when Jonah said, I know why this is happening. I know it's me. It's me. You have to throw me in. They listened. People that worship other gods don't want to hear what you got to say. They think their God is a God. It could be a can of soup, an empty can of soup. But they think their God is a God. And so they'll put your God before the real God. And as a result of it, when they don't get what they think that they're supposed to get out of it, they blame you and become intolerant against you. And then they say you are being intolerant. There's something wrong with your tolerations. Because they didn't get what they thought they should have get when they worship their God and you worship your God and they are jealous of you. You are in the intolerations. Stupid. So anyway, I can't even. I laugh at it and I kick it like the tin can that it is. It's a tin can. You realize you're worshiping a statue? That's a tin can. It might as well be a tin can. That ain't even real gold. I said, Miss Melanie, if they bid on that thing, it's fat. If they bid on it, they wouldn't even get no money for it. You can't even pour on that. Nobody would take it. What do I do with this? What is this? Good. Put some soup in it. Use it as a bowl. That's all you get out of it. It's a big belly. Turn the belly upside down and eat soup out of it. Yeah, good. I'm telling you the truth. But nobody's seeing God until it benefits them. And so in them getting away from the Lot, and the Lot pointed to Jonah, he said, throw me in. They were, oh yes sir, your God is real. They became followers then because the God walked away with them. He walked this way with them. They felt like the God was on their side. No. Jonah's God was just against him. He wasn't on your side. If you got mercy out of it and it led you to him, okay, that's a nice byproduct, but he is working for a bigger people, a bigger area. He's working to get some influence, not just affluence in it. He wants those people. That's a great people. You're just a tin can worshiper. You're a nice byproduct, but you are not. I don't think he was shooting for you. The cross already, and here's a picture of it. The cross already shot for me. But if I don't want to believe it, if I get saved, if I get the opportunity to get saved again, that's a benefit for me. But Jesus ain't shooting for me no more. Because Jesus already did it on the cross at Calvary. When God said just now, he said, when I say it's finished, I mean it is finished. I'm not fighting no more your battles. This is your job now. He gives us all we need to speak. He gives us all we need. All I do is speak to my mountain. Foot, get yourself together. Even though my foot hurts, the pain is, and I had a fibromyalgia attack yesterday that was terrible. I let it out a little bit on a prayer call because I said, if I sound like I'm not making any sense, it's because it affects even my mindset and the way that I talk. I'm in that much pain. I can't function. So I'm trembling and it slows down my thought process. And in my head, I know what I want to say, but I can't get it out. My blood is burning. It's bad. And it was so bad, it caused my foot to even act up. But even in that, there's no excuse. Even in that, if I'm offered the opportunity, I will never go to God and say, oh, I blame you for this. Because then I become spew. Spew. Jonah's on his way in the water. They pushed him in. Whatever, Jonah, we believe you. Whatever you gotta say to get in that water, to get you a nice bath, whatever. You want a loofah? Don't need some olive oil? No? Okay. See you. Can we keep, you brought some rice on board. Can we keep the rice? What? Get in. Get in. Get in. Jump into my nightmare. The water's warm. He jumped in and a fish met him. And they watched the fish swallow him. I think though, they didn't see him come out of the fish. They didn't need to see Jonah's tomorrow to believe God in his today. I see what's going on with you today, right? But it's so powerful and it's just awesome. God is doing great things in you. I see what's going on in you today. I love my church for that reason. You can see what's going on in these people today. I don't need to see that tomorrow.